Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today to take a victory lap because every day it seems, as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny gets closer to its release date and more people see this atrocious thing, more proof comes out that hashtag Doomcock was right. It appears that a lot of people who scoffed at me and my Hollywood spies, you know, the trolls, shills, and the viciously jealous spewing the usual lies and slanders, are going to have to kiss my armored ass because over and over again, it's being clearly seen that I was correct about Indy 5 from as far back as June of 2021. Recently, the acknowledgement that Doomcock was right has begun to permeate Twitter and YouTube. In a conversation between the critical drinker and Chris Gore, it was acknowledged that my leaks were correct all along when Chris Gore, who has seen the movie, stated his opinion that the ending appeared tacked on and abrupt, and indeed the whole movie appeared disjointed, which seemed to suggest the thing had been reshot and re-edited and just cobbled together exactly as my spies reported. And yesterday, WDW Pro recorded a video breaking down a tremendous find, an interview with Harrison Ford for a Spanish outlet in which Ford admits that, despite James Mangold's claims, they did rework the ending, brought in Karen Allen, and that was the last thing Ford shot. In what may have been a slip of the tongue, Ford, in admitting they did more work on the ending, confirms John Williams' claims and my own rumors regarding the situation and leaves James Mangold with egg on his face. This is not the first time that Hollywood directors have misled audiences about what's really happening in their films, insulting and abusing fans who question the official approved narrative, but it's great fun to call them out when they get busted, as it appears has happened to Mangold. I'll have more on that in a moment, but in this Victory Lap video, I'd like to cite the excellent reporting on boundingintocomics.com, which published a recent article titled Harrison Ford Admits Lucasfilm Reworked the Ending of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, appears to confirm leaks James Mangold previously denied. This article provides a detailed and nigh unto scholarly history of my earliest leaks, confirmation in the Daily Mail months after I reported my rumors, and how Mangold constantly insulted me and denied these rumors, most of which are getting confirmed now as the film nears release.
Man, I didn't realize you'd been talking about Indy 5 since June of 2021. It's a long time you've been on this story, dude.
Actually, I've been on this story even longer, Harvey Cthulhu. The first video I did on this was called Indiana Joan, made in response to comments from Steven Spielberg in an interview who suggested it might be time for a woman to take Indiana Jones' place. The usual trolls and haters at the time accused me of making a clickbait video, but I knew I had to respond to this crap because I felt it might be a trial balloon floated to gauge public reaction to this atrocity, and when that happens, we must always react very strongly against these rumors and hints because the studios are watching to see what they can get away with, and it's vital we not let them get away with anything. So I reacted because the future ruler of Earth is always on top of this stuff, but the world didn't heed my warning. And then Lucasfilm moved on to this alleged plan to erase Indy from history and have Fleabag become Indiana Jones.
After a very alarmed source first contacted you with the news that Indy not only dies in the past, but gets erased from history and replaced by Fleabag, the outcry was so great that Lucasfilm delayed the release of Indy 5 for over a year. Along with all the leaks from sources stating reshoots were happening, common sense alone tells us that they weren't idle for that delayed year. They don't reschedule a major release like this unless it's an emergency.
Yep. Many sources, mainstream media articles, and good old-fashioned common sense all suggest that this film has been reshot. And despite all the abuse and lies about me and my channel, I persist in doing my best to peek behind the Hollywood Iron Curtain to bring you these potential glimpses of truth in the form of rumors. And in this case, it appears the rumors were right. At this point, I'd like to share with you some of John Trent's excellent history of my involvement with this horrid project on boundingintocomics.com, and I hope you folks will get over there and check out their excellent reporting on this matter. In the article, Bounding Into Comics writes, quote, actor Harrison Ford, who reprises his role as Indiana Jones in the upcoming Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny film, recently admitted that Lucasfilm did indeed rework the ending to the film. It was rumored back in June of 2021 by YouTuber Overlord DVD that 2 endings are supposedly being considered in this script. I guess they've been written and they are going to shoot both of them. Both endings allegedly have old Indiana Jones dying at the end of this movie. But in one of the rumored endings, young Indiana Jones dies alongside old Indiana Jones, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge swoops in like a vulture, picks the hat up, and takes his place moving forward, unquote. Now bear in mind, this was the first leak or suggestion that anything weird was going on with Indy 5. No one knew about the time travel aspect of the plot at that point. Then 2 to 3 months later, in September of 2021, the Daily Mail reported Phoebe Waller-Bridge is being tipped to replace the veteran actor as a female version of the fictional professor of archaeology in the adventure movie franchise. An anonymous source told the Daily Mail's show business editor Katie Hind about the rumor. It would be a huge statement and a great role for Phoebe. Another source stated the gossip on the set is that this character will slot into the leading role.
Funny how jealous YouTubers and woke trolls try to make out you're a liar, but then the things you're saying get confirmed by the mainstream media, John Williams, and now even Harrison Ford.
A funny thing indeed, Harvey Cthulhu. It's all great fun to say I'm full of shit when the film is a year away. But now as more and more people see it, and more secrets come out from the cast and creatives involved, those critics are now revealed to be full of shit. And once again, Doomcock is vindicated. As Bounding Into Comics continues, quote, Overlord DVD would follow up his initial rumor claiming that the film actually had 6 endings in November. We've been told out of the 6 endings they tested, the best one gets a 35% approval from test audiences. We've been told that Bridge put the hat on in every ending. Overlord DVD then clarified, all my spies actually said was Phoebe Waller-Bridge puts on Indy's hat, takes Indy's whip, and in a brave and stunning display of girl power, she becomes the bestest Indy ever at the end of all 6 versions of the movie, unquote. Mangold denied the rumors of Indiana Jones being replaced, writing on Twitter in December, one more time, no one is taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance, and he never was, not in any cut or script. But trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks. He added, and please don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All one has to do is look at set photos and interviews and you get enough to make wild guesses about a movie plot.
Except you issued your rumors before anything about time travel or Fleabag was published in any interviews, articles, or photos. You were on the front line, dude, and you were right.
I was indeed, Harvey. The article continues. Mangold's denial of the rumors was previously called into question when the film's composer John Williams revealed that Mangold and Lucasfilm planned to film a different ending. Williams said, here are 3 pieces from Indiana Jones 5. Now, we have just about completed the film. We have maybe another ending to shoot and to record, maybe in a couple weeks.
Oh dear. Wasn't that embarrassing and inconvenient, eh, Mangold? Straight from Williams' own mouth caught on video. So what was Mangold to do, being publicly contradicted by someone who would definitely know?
Mangold tried to do damage control on Twitter, stating in a series of tweets, John was mistaken. Maybe read Twitter too much. We're not shooting new endings. Never did. The film is 99% finished and being rated by MPAA. This imagined zany ending with Indy being erased and replaced is a fever dream of wounded folks angry about other films I did not make. He then goes on a rant, evidently not liking being called out and contradicted by none other than John Williams himself. In the article, boundingintocomics.com writes, "It now appears that it was Mangold who was mistaken or he was intentionally trying to mislead people. Actor Harrison Ford admitted to Spanish language outlet Espinoff, 'We did a little work on the ending, which is the last thing I shot with Karen Allen, who has been in a substantial part of the whole thing, but appears in this story only briefly at the end, but with a very strong emotional hook. So I left the set that day, content,' Ford concluded. In a video on WDW Pro's channel, Midnight's Edge founder Andre Einherjar reacted to Ford's comments and noted that fans need to hold Mangold accountable for disparaging them. He said, "Hold him accountable for it. Retweet his earlier statements and don't let him get away with it. Simple as that. Now, of course, no one should do anything more than that. When you blatantly lied, and you have unfairly maligned and attacked your own audience, and you are lying in doing so, then I see no problem with reminding them of that fact, especially when the movie fails as it is going to." WDW Pro added, "Matt Kadish and Doomcock, they deserve apologies at this point. They reported correctly." And there you have it, my friends. Ford admits we did a little work on the ending, that it was the last thing they shot, which essentially confirms it was a reshoot tacked on at the end of the process because, as you know, they don't shoot movies in linear order. This was most likely the new ending John Williams mentioned in December of 2022 at that concert in Italy, the one Mangold denied, calling me a troll and a liar. Well, I guess it's a fair question at this point to ask, who exactly is the troll here? Who exactly is the liar? I have more on this story, so watch out for another video on this coming soon, because I have a lot more to say about this debacle, and I will be giving a full review of Indy 5 once I see it myself. But at this point, once again, it appears more and more every day that hashtag Doomcock was right. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.
Ha 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 ha.